We sent a very powerful signal to the Kremlin. We are not intimidated. We are determined to support Ukraine for as long as it takes. And it's very concrete. This is operational. 50 billion euros in addition for Ukraine. It means more military equipment and more capacities and capabilities for Ukraine to defend themselves and to defend our common European values.
But moving beyond the Sherpas to the heads of state and the agreement, there are so many technicalities and issues under the hood as well. How are you going to surmount all those obstacles in a very timely fashion?
Look, we have started to work on this proposal a few weeks ago, and we had in-depth discussions at the level of the Sherpa in preparation of this G7 meeting. It means that we went very far, and I'm very confident that in the weeks to come we can finalize all the details so that this money can be available for Ukraine as soon as possible in the months to come.
But this is money that potentially is relying on the income from the circa 300 billion euros worth of frozen assets. What if the war were to end, which we all hope it will, and those assets need to be given back to the Russians? Who's going to underwrite these loans?
Well, it's an interesting question, but my answer is very simple. Russia has to pay. There is a blatant violation of the international law. This is a blatant aggression against the Ukrainians. They are the aggressor. There is a victim. There are rules at the international level. They have to pay, and that's why this money is blocked. That's why this money is frozen, and I'm very confident that we can use this money to support the Ukraine because this is fair.
But it's about supporting the military, it's about supporting the budget, but it's also about supporting the reconstruction. If Russia's going to have to pay reparations, they might never get their 300 billion back.
Yeah, but look, we are absolutely determined to make sure that this money will go to the Ukrainians. This is very fair because of the decision made by Russia to launch this terrible aggression against the Ukraine. But there is something more important, more operational. I think if we want to make possible the rebuilding of Ukraine as soon as possible, we need to provide more air defense systems. This is a top priority. And today we had also a very important decision how we can provide more support, more military equipment to the Ukrainians, including in the field of air defense.
The war's been going on 10 years or 2.5 years, depending on which way you look at it as well, with the invasion of Crimea as well, being in 2014 as well. It seems almost impossible that Ukraine can defeat Russia. Is this just about holding back the tide of Russian aggression in Ukraine and forcing them to the table?
Unfortunately, no one can predict what will be the situation within 6 months, within 1 year. We don't know. But one thing is certain. If we do not act, then there is a risk that Russia could win and that it could be a defeat. And if it would be the case, it would be a tragedy for all those who believe in the free world, all those who believe in the democratic principles and the European fundamental values, the UN Charter, the principles of territorial integrity and sovereignty. This is the signal, and that's why we are supporting Ukraine, because we think that for the future of the world, for more stability, for more prosperity, it is absolutely fundamental that we can demonstrate that Russia cannot win this war.